All right, so this is the updated version of my deck. I wanted to play with it and showcase it, show it to you the changes. So the extra deck's the same, the side deck's the same, but I went to the sneak peek yesterday, so I got all of the Horus cards for the Blue Eyes build, and I managed to pick up what I was looking for was the two Ghost Rare Blue Eyes for my deck. And like it's good at two because you have one alternative. So I'm dumb hyped. I got the two Ghost Rare Blue Eyes. I just love Ghost Rares and I just hate that they're so expensive. But the person I got it from works at Gamer's Choice, which is mainly where I go. And I picked up the new monster too. So I'm trying it out, seeing if it's good. It seems good on paper, but I'm gonna be working on my Blue Eyes build because I tend to play between decks when something comes out good for it. So I want to play with the build, and I'll show you on the computer what I have, and I'm gonna upload after this videos. But the videos have newer cards that are yet to come out, like the field card and the dragon. And I run the field card at 3 and the dragon at 2. But I'm gonna get into the video real fast and show you the difference and a little combo that goes with it. And even though I stood for the OTS tournament, it was 6 rounds. I went X2, but they didn't give me OTS packs. They just, I don't know why they said it was an OTS tournament, but they gave us Nexus packs. I still haven't opened it because I was like, there's no cards I want, like, but I didn't open it. So let me just do this real fast. I'll show you the one little combo I added to it, and I took out the Eaton package. So 3 Imperial Bower, 3 Jokers Straight, 2 Jokers Wild, 2 Queen, 2 King, and no reinforcements, which can either search you out Bower, or if you already have Bower or Queen or whatever, like instead of using Bower's effect to go into King and Queen, you can use this. You can use this to search out um the ZS monster, and since he's a Cyber Dragon kind of effect, where if you have no cards on the field, you summon him first. Then you can summon Imperial Bower. That way you don't use him to bring out the King and Queen from deck. You don't have to. And then the ZS monster gives you the effect to search out the spell. So it's like it helps you in more ways than one. Two Summoners Monks, and I use 2 of these because it's like you have decent amount of spells, and if you see him opening hand, you can ditch a spell, and depending on what you have in your hand, you can either go into the ZS if you don't already have him, but if you have him already, what I like to do is go into the ZS first, summon Summoners Monk, ditch one of the spells, and the Joker straight recycles, and then I would go search for Astrotopia. And if I don't already have the spell to draw, this is my setup. Like special, summon monk, ditch a spell, bring him out. Ditch any of the other cards, or you can even get rid of Summoner's Monk if you don't want him on board. And then you still have these two, and you could just search the spell to set up for your draw power, so you can dig deeper. That's mainly what it is, to dig deeper. 2 Zexu Constructs. I like using 2 of these, and I can benefit from using 2 of these in one turn by ditching one and playing one. Even though it says once per turn, the dragon brings himself out if he's under no restriction by just sending the spell to the graveyard and putting him on top of a Utopia card. So the second one you can't activate, but you can ditch it to just bring out the dragon with his own extra way of summoning condition. Double nothing. The draw power for the deck. And that's basically it. It's like it's a super small package, and it gets you into the draw engine. And this deck is 40, so I did real good with it, and people were surprised. I even played the deck at all and was doing good with it as well. 1 Harpies, 2 Lightning Storms, the 2 Imperms, and this is good to note because I play 3 Time-Tearing whatever, because this says you cannot like this changes the game state. They can't ash this. This changes the game state for the rest of the duel, where you draw 2 cards instead of 1 for your draw turn, and you're allowed 2 normal summons instead of 1. So with this combo, I'll show you what I did with it. But the downside is you get an additional normal summon and you draw an extra card per turn for the rest of the duel. But you can activate monster cards from hand. It does not say spell or traps if they're like something you can activate from hand. Like, you know, let's say you play this, next turn you drew into Imperm. You can still play Imperm from hand because it's not a monster. This only stops you from playing monster effects from hand that activate in hand. And even if you're under this, and let's say you draw into the ZS monster, he's a special summoning condition. A summoning condition where if you have no monsters, you can special summon him. It doesn't activate. You're just bringing him out for free on the board. Same like if you had Cyber Dragon, they don't activate. They're inherit special summon. That's what I was looking for. They're an inherit special summon. So this is just, I love this card. It helped me win. While they couldn't really do nothing and I couldn't finish them off because they kept stalling, this just gave me more draw power. I kept drawing 2 cards each turn and normal summoning an extra monster. So I love this card. 2 triple tactical talents. I played this quite a few. When they negated something, then I used this to search something, and then this could search the trap. Which is why I took out Forbidden Droplets, because this can search this and set it. Or this can search, if they have a monster, you can search your Joker straight. If they don't have a monster and they negated your Joker straight, you can play this. Like if they negated it with Ash, or they imperm, or they ashed Bauer, you can play this and you can set Joker wild, the trap version. That way on their turn it's live and you still get to do something or at least defend. To recycle everything back to your deck, because there was one turn the kid was just looking at me. He was playing Stardust Dragon, a cell something. This is basically, he summoned a shitload of Stardust cards and synchros and tuners, and but with Stardust based. So he's looking at me and he's like looking at the cards. He goes, "You have unique old cards that look like they make no sense." And it's like, why are you still playing that? But then he saw the picture, the bigger picture. He goes, "Oh." It's like, without even having to answer him, he answered himself. He's like, "Oh, it makes sense." I went through my extra deck super crazy, and then just puts everything back, and it put back King and Queen. So my Joker's like wild and straight are like, they're active. So this recycled everything, and that's why I love it. This is the key cards, and I get a free monster on board. I use this in combination with the spell and Bauer, and I'll show you. So I run 2 of these, and he couldn't do nothing, so he scooped. And then I took out the Ring Dragon Raw package, the 3 Sphere modes and the Raw, even though I love using them because nobody was summoning more than 3 monsters. So I made the decision to, before entering the tournament, knowing what was being played, to side in 2 Red Eyes Fusion and Red Eyes and Dark Magician. And this helped me win a lot of matches because they dealt with all the other cards, or they'll ash my the reinforcements of the army, and they were thinking that was just it, and then I'll go into this and they're like, "Oh shit." And some of them scooped once they saw Dragoon because they wasted what could have stopped Dragoon. They stopped my other cards, and then this can search this out too. So once Dragoon hit the field, it was just game. And they was like, "Damn it, now I gotta deal with that, and I don't have nothing else to deal with that," so they scooped. So it was pretty cool. Like, nobody hated the deck I played because it was random. Well, it's not random to me, but it wasn't meta, so that's why they weren't upset. And they was like, it's a unique deck, and it was interesting. So I'm gonna show you the combo real fast. I don't think I went into the extra deck, but I'll do the extra deck real fast and then show you the combo I did. And he had nothing, and I kept drawing too. So this was the setup, but I'm gonna do the extra deck real fast. 1 Utopia, 1 double, 1 rising, 2 C9, and it comes up so many times in my version of my deck. In this version, it's exceed base for 4s. Beyond, it came up 2 times. Lightning helped me win matches where they couldn't respond, and that was game. 199. The dragon, like I said, he also has the effect of, if you have the spell in hand and you can't activate the second one, you can ditch the second one to the graveyard. Like, just send it to the graveyard and put him on top of one of the Utopia cards. Like I showcased in my other video the combo of how to do that. So it's awesome, and he revives. If he has a material, he negates anything that targets him, and negates it and destroys it. 1XX. People were surprised I played this at all because nobody played it. One kid said he was playing it, and it was rare that he found somebody that actually plays it and actually wins with it, because he helped me win 2 games, and I got my life points back from using him in combination with Heroic Champion. Because in tandem, like, you bring him out, let's say with the ZS monster, and you summon King, you get the rank up spell once you search a Utopia card, and then you can play the rank up spell to bring him out. And then you can play Joker straight, bring out King and Queen, and go into Cavalier, because then it likes you into Light Warriors, but he's a Dark Warrior, so he can't be summoned under Joker straight's restriction. So you have to do it beforehand. And then I brought him out, and I use his effect, which gives up all my light points except 500. Then during battle, one of my monsters' attack is doubled permanently, but then he kind of counteracts it where I can target a special summon monster and gain its original attack to my light points. So like, I gave up pretty much everything, and then he says I gain 25, so I'm at 3,000 at least. And then you can no longer do his effect even if you're at 500. Before you could, but they changed the ruling. You can't pay 0 as cost. So since they changed the ruling, it's like it kind of works well together. I can just keep giving up my light points, boosting him stronger, and then he gives me back the light points. So then next turn I can still use his effect, and then use him again to just gain more light points, or just keep collecting light points if I wanted to. So like, together they're not bad. You saw the combo. 1 number 6, 1 Bakuska. You saw the combo. And since I took out Eaton, I threw this in, and I remembered I threw it in last minute. I'm like, I took out Eaton because I took out Joker's Knight. So I threw this in, and I came across a person that was burning my light points with, I forgot what fucking deck he had, but he was doing something. It was burning light points, and then he brought out Red Eyes, but he was playing a level 7 deck with the Cashiers, but in a way where it was burning me. So then it's like, I can easily just go into 99, and he brings out any number. So then I brought out 14. I'm like, all right, now you can't burn me no more. What are you gonna do? This reverses the burn to you. And then I used him to power him up, and then I won with these 2, and then the 1 Dragoon. So let me show you the combo real fast, and then I'll show you the deck list I'm working on for the cards I'm waiting for the Blue Eyes build. But I'm not going to go into full detail. We should already know by now the combo. This will summon King and Queen, and off of this, like, you play this gives you an additional normal summon. So normally when you look at these 2, you'd be like, I have crap, or you might think you have crap, and this helped me win 2 games against the Stardust. One against the Stardust player, and he was surprised to even see these, thinking they wouldn't have worked together at all, or my deck. He was like, it's just random, but I love it. So like, this gives you an additional normal summon, and then I draw 2 instead of 1 following. And I'm like, I had 2 more cards, but like, I went first, and I'm like, I have to do something with the Cyber Dragon. So I'm like, go with your gut feeling. So since I get an additional normal summon, you should be this. You get King and Queen. Then you would go into double. You detach for double, get double or nothing. Then you could do 1 or 2 things, but the simple thing to do was, you go into 99 at this point, if I can find it. And then he detaches the 2 materials. This goes to graveyard, and then he can special summon something. So to keep it simple, like I said, I summon Rising. When Rising special summon, you can target an Exceed monster and bring it back from the graveyard. So then I did that. Oh, it's in defense mode. Remember, because of his effect, he brings it back in defense mode and he transfers materials, but he doesn't have none. But at this point is when you basically tribute, because you get an additional normal summon. So I tribute both to summon Vanity's Ruler. So even if they manage to normal summon something that might beat over him, he kind of protects him, where he just drops their attack to 0. But you would have to worry about droplets, because then they can negate him and go from there. But he didn't have droplets, and he had a whole deck of monsters, and he didn't draw his he had droplets, but he didn't have imperm, but he didn't draw droplets. You always have to be able to draw the outs. Like, yeah, certain cards stop your deck no matter what deck you're playing, but they have to draw it. He didn't see it, so he scooped. And I'm like, this is what I ended up on. And then it's like, he couldn't attack, but I drew 2 and I drew into Joker straight, and then I just went from there. But it was a cool little combo just off of these 3, because he went into summoning the three monsters, or what you could do too, if you wanted to, an alternate, just to be quick, is instead of going into him, if you want to just attack and not worry about the defense, and since he can attack because of doubles effects, instead of going into him, you would go into the dragon. And since he's now on the restriction, he could use his effect and he can attack directly next turn, you can get rid of these 2 to bring out Vanity's Ruler. This way, they have nothing if they don't have an out. Even if they set 1 card on your turn, you can still special summon. You draw your 2, and then you can use his effect to bring back any Exceed monster, but his attack is negated. His effect is negated. And it's in defense mode. So then you can go him, and since he's in defense mode, you can go Lightning for free. Now that 1 card that they set, no matter what it is, you can attack with him. He's 25, and they can't activate effects. So even if it had an effect, it's not going to do nothing. And then they'll take 4 and 2, 25. And then if they don't have nothing after that, it's just game. They can't do nothing. They're playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't know. It's just, I love the cards. So, and then it's like continuous for the rest of the duel. You're drawing 2. Alright, so let me show the thing real fast, because we're doing good time. So that is version 1 of what I want to do. And this is the card I'm talking about. This hasn't come out yet. It might come out in the next set or after that. I don't know. This is their field card. It's a 1-card starter. It searches any of them, including the dragon. So I'm waiting for the dragon to come out really to play it at full potential. And the field card. And if you use the field card and you already have the setup, or you can use the field card to get any of them. If you already have him, let's say, you can use the field card to search out one of the other 2. And since you're going to ditch it with him to search this card, then, guaranteed. So it's like you're ditching the card that they're both going to bring themselves back. But it goes well with the monster, because if you already have the setup and everything on the field, if you use his effect, which is not a quick effect, to send one of your cards to the graveyard from your hand or field to the graveyard, to send one of theirs to the graveyard, because you use this effect, this will trigger to draw. This goes with him, but it goes with all of them to search. So it's a 1-card starter, basically. So instead of having just 3 of him, you basically have 6 ways, because this can just get to this, which gets to this. Also, if you was even in the same turn, the draw part is not once per turn. The searching is once per turn. If you was to... This is a quick effect for him, where if, let's say, you had one of the horrors on the field, or all of them, or whatever, one of them leaves the field, his quick effect would activate, which is to special summon himself, and then he dark holes the field. So he would come out as a quick effect on their turn, pop everything, or even on your turn, like if you ran into a mirror force or something, and then you use this effect to bring him out, it would trigger the spell card and you would draw one more card. And then he'll be on the field, clearing everything that they had on the field, if they had anything, or if they do or don't, and then you draw a card. But once he goes on the field, he's not doing nothing, but he's a 3,000 beater. He has no graveyard recurrency. But the trap card can bring him back. But other than the trap, he doesn't have the inherent special summon like the other ones. But I think, and I love that he goes with them. So I gotta wait for these cards to come out. But the version I'm trying out, like I said, I want to play test. Where is it? Oh. I'm play testing the cards that are actually out, so I can get used to the deck as is. So this is prototype 1 of the deck, the Blue Eyes Horus. But I want it in the way I just showed you. That's all. I'm not gonna open these. Don't really do that, but I'm gonna start working on this deck and playing with it and preparing for the 18 when it's fully legally used. We can use it. But that's it. X2 with the Arcana Knights is not bad. You know, you have good days, you have bad days, and when I got home I was so exhausted because I barely slept. I passed out. But there you go. Oh, I'm gonna upload the video too with the Blue Eye stuff so you can see the other version in action.